Start.
Good morning, everyone. Our team is presenting a project called TechBazaar, a cross-domain enterprise marketplace. The idea is simple. Four of our members, company websites, each selling their own products and services, are all connected through one central platform where customers can browse, compare, and review everything in one place. Our team of four each represents one of those companies. I'm Sunny, representing Nexora Digital Labs. Navya representing Coastline Codeworks, a web and mobile software studio. Jainul Rana built Apex Fort Studios, a game development company. Niti Sharma represents Brightwave Web Studio, focused on cloud and web consulting. Each of us contributed our own company's products, APIs, and design to the shared marketplace. Let's talk about how it's built. The architecture has four layers, stacked on top of each other. At the top of the four member company websites, each independently hosted on its own domain with its own product and its own product's API endpoint. Below that is TechBazaar itself, a centrally hosted PHP and MySQL application. This is the main hub where users register, log in, browse products, leave reviews, and see their dashboard. Connecting everything is our shared REST API layer, three key PHP endpoints. Sync products.php pulls the latest product data from each member. Track visit.php records every product view. And get top 5 returns top ranked product list that any member site can embed. At the base is a single MySQL database with 5 tables: companies, products, users, visits, and reviews. Every interaction across every site flows into this one database. Tech Bazaar has 6 core features. First, a unified marketplace. Instead of visiting 4 separate websites, users see all products from all companies in one catalog with filtering and search. Second, an automatic product sync. Every member site exposes a product API. Our sync scripts runs on page load and keeps the marketplace catalog up to date without manual effort. Third, visit tracking. Every time a logged in user views a product page, we record it. This powers the personalized dashboard and influences the rankings. Fourth, single sign on. Users create one account on TechBazaar and can use that same account to log into any of the 4 partner sites seamlessly. Fifth, top 5 rankings. Products are ranked by average rating, by visit count, or by a composite score. This widget can be embedded directly on any member's company website. Sixth, reviews and ratings. Users leave a star rating on written review on any product. We enforce one review per user per product to keep it fair. On top of the core requirements, we built several extra features that make the system more robust and complete. We wrote an auto cleanup SQL script that automatically removes outdated or stale sync products so the catalog stays accurate over time. All our API endpoints are fully CORS enabled, meaning member sites hosted on completely different domains can call the marketplace APIs directly from the browser without any issues. We built an admin URL manager tool so that if a member site's API endpoint changes, an admin can update it through a simple interface without touching any code. We also added a slug autofix script that repairs broken company URL identifiers in the database after any renames, and a personalized dashboard where every user can see their full visit history, the companies they've explored, and all their reviews in one place. We ran into 4 real challenges during implementation, not theoretical ones, actual problems we had to solve. The first was cost. Our member sites and the marketplace run on completely different domains. When a member site tries to call our API from the browser blocks it by default. We had to correctly configure access control headers on every endpoint, including handling the browser's pre-flight options request, which broke silently when the first few times and took multiple rounds of debugging. The second was single sign-on consistency. We couldn't use shared session cookies because the sites are on different domains, so we designed a lightweight JWT style token system where the marketplace issues a token after login, and member sites read and verify that token on each request. It also had to degrade gracefully. If the token isn't present, the site still works. The user just doesn't get logged in. The third was product sync. Reliability. Member company APIs can be slow, temporarily offline, or return unexpected data. Now let's move on to the test cases.
Hi everyone. So we'll start with the test cases. Let me share my screen. So the first test case that we will be doing is a user creation. So here we can create a test user and create one. Okay, so here we have created our first user. So this form captures the user credentials and persists them into the MP users table within the database. And upon successful insertion, the system initializes a session and performs an automatic login. And here we have, as expected, the dashboard, which initializes with 0 visits, 0 companies explored, and 0 reviews, confirming correct state initialization for a new user. So we will proceed to the next test case, which is authentication and session management, which is we will log out and then try to sign in with the user that we just created. And as we can see, this process validates credentials against stored records and re-establishes a session. So this session persistence ensures that user state is maintained across page navigation. And as we can see, the user test header is displayed here and it confirms the successful authentication. So the third test case is dynamic product aggregation. So we will now navigate to the products page. And here we can see this page demonstrates the dynamic product aggregation from all the websites. The marketplace does not rely on static data. Instead, it synchronizes product information from the 4 external member websites, the APIs defined in each member APIs. And these APIs return structured JSON objects. So we can here see for Yes. So as we can see, I've taken the example of Bright Web Studio, and this is the JSON format in which the data is being returned. So the next test case is company-based filtering. I will now apply a company filter. As we can see here, we have filtered the companies, and if we click on each company, we can see the company, about the company, and its best rated products associated with each company. And here we can see all the products associated with it. And if we click on the company website, we can see that directly the company website is opening. So now for the next test case, I would like to pass on to my team member, Janil.
Hello everyone. So the next test case that we'll be covering is product detail view. So for this test case, I'll open one of the products to test the product detail page. So we can click on any of the product card. Now we are on the individual product detail page. This page is important because it proves that product routing is working correctly. So when I click on this product, the application passed the product ID through the URL. Then the product page used that ID to retrieve the correct product from the database. So this is not a hard-coded product page. The same product.php page can display different products depending on which product ID is selected. Here we can see the product name, icon, description, price, category, company name, and other such information. The product specific information comes from the products table, but the page also joins the product with the data from the company's table. So we can show which company owns the product. For example, if this is a Brightwave Studio product, the page shows that it belongs to Brightwave Studio. The company label, company color, and company link are all connected to the company data stored in the marketplace database. This company badge is clickable as well, so the user can go from product to company page and view all the products of the same company. Another important feature here is Open on Member Site button. This button connects the marketplace product back to the original member website. So even though the product is being displayed inside TechBazaar, the user can still visit the product on the company's own website. This shows how marketplace acts as a discovery layer. TechBazaar does not replace the individual company sites. Instead, it brings their products together and helps users discover them from one central place. From a backend perspective, this confirms that product data has been synced correctly from the member website API into the marketplace. The page also shows a visit count. So when a user is logged in and opens a product page, the system records that visit into a table, and this allows the marketplace to track product engagement and later use that data for features like most visited, sorting, or even dashboard activity. So this product detail test confirms multiple things at once, that the routing is correct, the product database query is correct, company join is correct, source website linking is working properly, and the product visits are being tracked. The next test case that we would go through is review submission. So now I'll move to the review submission feature. Here we can see that the customer review section If a user is logged in and has not reviewed this product yet, the system displays a review form. This review form allows the user to select a rating from 1 to 5 stars and write a review message. Now I'll click the submit the review button. So when I click the submit form, the form sends the rating and review text to the backend. The backend first validates the input. It checks that the rating is between 1 and 5, and it also checks the review text has enough content. After validation, the system inserts the review into MP reviews table. The important part here is that the review is connected to three things: the user, the product, and the company. So the review stores the user ID, the product ID, and the company ID. This means that the marketplace knows exactly who wrote the review, which product they reviewed, and which company that the product belongs to. So after submission of the review is displayed on the same product page. This confirms that the review was successfully saved into the database and then loaded back into the interface. The page also updates the review count and average rating based on the reviews stored in the product. This is an important feature because marketplaces usually rely on user feedback. Without reviews, users would only see the product descriptions written by the companies. With reviews, user can also see the feedback from the other users, which makes the marketplace more interactive and trustworthy. From a testing perspective, this step confirms both front-end and back-end functionality. On the front end, the user can select stars, enter text, and submit the form. On the back end, the system validates the request and stores it in the database. Then the front end displays the updated review data. The next test case that we will cover is duplicate review prevention. So now I'll test one more important case. So in a marketplace, we should not allow the same user to review the same product multiple times. If duplicate reviews were allowed, one user could artificially increase or decrease a product's rating by submitting multiple reviews. That would make the rating system unreliable. So the system enforces a rule that one user can submit only one review per product. So now if we refresh the product page and revisit the same product, since I have already submitted a review for the product, I'll refresh or revisit the page. Now the system checks whether the current logged in user already has a review for this product. So behind the scenes, it does this by checking the MP reviews table for the same user ID and product ID pair. If the pair already exists, the system knows that the user has already reviewed the product. Because of that, the review form is no longer shown. Or the system prevents another submission and displays a message saying that the user has already reviewed the product. As you can see here, that the review form is no longer visible for the user. This confirms that the duplicate review prevention is working correctly. This rule is also supported at the database level. The review table uses a unique relationship between user ID and product ID, meaning that the same user product combination should appear only once. This is a good design because validation is not only happening in the user interface. Even if someone tries to bypass the front end, the database structure still helps protect the data from duplicate reviews. So this test confirms data integrity. It ensures that the review data remains clean, ratings remain fair, and every user gets only one review per product. So these were some of the test cases that I explained. And for the further test case, I would pass on to my teammate, Navya.
The next test case that we are seeing is visit tracking. Uh, once each product, if we click on multiple products, opening the all products, each product view triggers an insertion into MP visits table, creating user ID, product ID, and timestamp. So once we are opening multiple products and we go to my dashboard, there we can see how many products we have visited So products visited and what are the products that we have visited in the session that we have logged in. This confirms accurate event logging within the marketplace. Another important test case is cross-domain SSO and external tracking. Yeah, you can. I can open any company website. Maybe let me open my website. From companies. The system uses a JavaScript-based SSO mechanism that queries the marketplace session and renders a synchronized user state across domains. Now open products page. This action triggers an asynchronous API request to the marketplace track visit endpoint. Now return to the dashboard. The visit now is reflected in the centralized dashboard like we can see here. So we have navigated from the TechBazaar to one of the individual websites. We have viewed one of the products and we are able to see the visit here. This is all done based on session mechanism, SSO mechanism. The next and the last test case that we will be seeing is a ranking system. This module computes ranking using a composite scoring function based on average rating, review count, and visit count. The system supports both global ranking and company-specific ranking. We can switch tabs between different companies to see ranking metrics, prioritizing user interaction frequency. To conclude, we have seen user authentication and session management, dynamic API-based product ingestion, relational filtering and data mapping, review submission with constrained enforcement, centralized visit tracking across distributed system, cross-domain single sign-on, real-time ranking algorithms. Overall, the system demonstrates a full integrated, scalable marketplace architecture with consistent data flow across multiple independent web applications. Thank you.